Welcome to Ninon Speaks. I'm Ninon de Rosa, your host, and right next to me you can see this lovely lady. She is AJ Dean, and she is co-host and also the producer. So she takes care of a lot of stuff out there, and she makes it all happen. Thank you to the audience out there and to Rocco and everybody out there. But I'm going to let you take it away. Go ahead, AJ, and you introduce who we have as a guest today.
Well, thank you so much, Ninon. It's lovely to be here with you and be your co-host. It's such an honor and pleasure. We've got a spectacular show today. We have AJ and TJ, double exposure. They are musicians, dancers, singers. They do everything. And it's a great pleasure to welcome them from London, United Kingdom. Hello, guys. How are you?
Hello.
How you doing? What a wonderful introduction. That was beautiful. Thank you.
Well, you're two cool guys, aren't you? I mean, how else can you be introduced? You're two great looking guys. What's this about this DJ stuff? You do DJ stuff?
You know what, we're lovers of music, so we dip into as much things as we can. Not as much DJing, but we've recently done a new music video, which we do a little bit of DJing in the actual music video. So yeah, we dip in and dab in most things.
Do you do the DJing, both of you, at the same time? You both are you a duo?
Oh no, we switch it over.
No, because I would think that would be something new and something great, because a DJ is usually only one person. So I was thinking in my stupid, crazy head here that having two of you as DJs would really make it even more fun.
Well, yeah, I mean, we could maybe even incorporate some dancing and spin around each other. And
I don't know what you guys, I'm sure you two could think of something to do. You know, I'll tell you why I say this is because DJing is all entertainment. It's become an entertaining thing. A DJ used to be somebody that was in the background, that put records on, and that was it. Or CDs, whatever they call them now. And so with the new thing going on, and I know these DJs get paid an awful lot of money. They get paid very, very high. So if you came in with two for the price of one, wouldn't that be cool?
It'd be amazing.
Yeah. So that is something for you to think of. So that is my idea for you. Now we can close the show out, and goodbye, everybody.
That's so funny. You're great, Ninon. Before we do that, I'd love to ask AJ and TJ about this great picture and their video and their music. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Awfully sexy looking.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, the picture you're seeing before you is Zoom. It's a garage track. The actual shot there is the Zoom dub mix that was produced by AC Burrell. Yeah. And we've got a UK lyricist and artist himself, Mr. MC Scandalous, who jumped on the track with us as well. So it's a great. It was a great way to introduce him and ourselves. But yeah, the four lovely ladies you see there, they're artists in their own right, and they're in the video, and they're having fun, and they're having, you know, a girlies' night out, and they happen to bump into double exposure. It's a very cool concept because they may or may not be with us, but you'll see it in the video when it's released.
What do you mean they may or may not be with you? That's
because when we in the video, it's like they're having a great time, but then it's like the way we've incorporated it, it's like we're dancing around them and with them, and then it zooms out, like, you know, obviously they're there with us, and then they're not there,
and then they disappear. So it's like an optical illusion then.
Illusion, yeah. So and we like to have like certain messages in our video as well. So it was very fun to do as well, and we had a fantastic time shooting it.
Absolutely. So this is the two of you in this picture, right? Because you look like one. It looks like a reflection in a mirror. It does.
Really?
Yeah, it does. It looks like look at that. I mean, I'm looking at it, you know, even the stand, the arms and the whole bit is so exact. It's like, wow, how long did you practice?
Well, you know, we're actually used to posing like that, you know, because we've always had so much back-to-back pictures. So that particular shot for us there is like one of
So it's quite a natural, normal thing to do. So what is your main, Ninon Speaks is a program where we actually publicize who you are, what you are, and we try to help you in any direction we can throughout the world. So what we want to try to do for you is get you more exposure and out there a little bit more than what you are. So, and I always like to know, what is your main thing you do? Because then we have all the attachments come on, but what is the main thing that you both like to do?
You know
Well,
what? Can I jump in?
Yeah,
here?
absolutely.
The main thing we love doing is, aside from creating music, is performing. Because it's you know, we enjoy the creativity side of things, the writing, putting the music together, but there's nothing like performing. And I think we interact really well on stage. We love being on stage and just giving people a good time. So that's what we'd love to do, and that's what our aim is. Yeah.
And how far have you got with that? I mean, how are you recognized with that? Are you booked a lot? Do you get into the big productions? Because I know about the productions I used to live in Los Angeles, in Vegas now, but in Los Angeles, they had all the big productions, and they have people like you, you know, that sort of come on, and they would choose you to come on because they know what they would get, and they know who you are and what you are, and you're going to turn up and you're going to do the job, because that's one of the hardest things in the industry, is for people to turn up and actually do the job, because they say, yes, we'll be there, we'll do it, and you know, 2 hours later, you're still going, well, where are they? So how do you make yourselves, you know, out there? Because we're going to help you if we can, but how do you do it? Do you have an agent?
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I think it's the case now of us just promoting our brand by, you know, knocking the door down,
Social media.
Social media, networking, and as you know, it's who you know in the business that
don't really I know that one. It's not what you know, it's who you know. And you've got to be very, very nice to the garbage collector who's running around the studio cleaning up, because it could be the son of the owner. Many a person has made that mistake. Many a person. It's a true story. It's well known in Hollywood that, you know, be careful who you talk to. You know.
You never know.
You never know. So now, when you start together and you want to start a new theme or a new performance, or you want to put something out there, how do you exactly do that? How do you both do it, or does one do this and one do that?
Well, you know what? It's crazy, right? Because sometimes we get together and we write songs, and at the moment, I was writing a song called In a Minute, and my brother's written a song called Chime In, and it's fantastic. So he presents his ideas to me, and then, you know, and we both basically sit down.
And then you mix it, you know, because out there, let me tell my audience out there, you know, everything is called mixing, and it's mixing with your violins, your pianos, your guitars, your this, your that. There's all these different instruments, but then there's also the singer, and you know, like you both sing.
Because you know what it is, Ninon, as well. It's like so many people forget, because we're a duo, we're individual artists, and so like I'm very inspired by my brother. You know, from his writing, he comes up with so many beautiful melodies. From the creativity side of things, the dancing, it's amazing. So we kind of vibe with each other. So that's why, you know, we're in sync, and we love what we do, because it's imagine you know, working with your idol, and you're able to feed and gather as much.
Well, I am, and she's right next to me.
Well, there you go. You know what we're talking about then.
She's right there. But you know what I was thinking when you said that you and your brother are so in sync with each other. Can you write a song for the world to in sync with each other? Because we seem to be so fallen apart at the moment, and we seem to be so drifted with all this racism and all this, you know, nationalities and all these different things that are going on. And then the COVID, you've got to stay in a hospital, you've got to stay in your home, you've got to do, and now everybody argues, and then everybody's on the phone. Can you think, because you two are so in sync as two brothers, which I think should be definitely emphasized as to who you are and what you are, because you're giving an incredible example out there, because brothers don't get on. Mostly. Well, it's not they don't get on, but they have their own ways.
That's right.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Well,
Can you do something like that?
Yeah, well, we recently released a track back in July last year called Keep It Together. Yeah, and that's about everyone, you know, just, you know, getting through what they get through in their day-to-day lives.
Yeah.
But just trying to stay well grounded, you know, and always push forward. We always love to think as brothers and sisters, always getting on together. When we know that someone's got a sister or two brothers or whatnot, we always like to see them, you know, get on. You know, you need more peace in the world. But so when we write our songs, and you know, it has to be prudent. It has to be something that we look and we take time to like make sure it's really well put, and it's got a meaning behind it. So we definitely want to get that word across to people and get in sync with the world. So
it's like a connection, isn't it? It's like a connection. It's like keep that connection going. And I always think it's better for your body, and this is for my audience out there and everybody out there, is that it's better to be happy and to be content than to be angry. If you get up and you're angry and you're sort of, you know, anybody that talks you jump, you know, they kind of jump at you. And I've had this many, many times. And I'm like, hey, back off a second. I don't mean anything, you know, like, go ahead.
Yeah. No, 100%. I agree with you. I always tell my brother every single day to be in good spirits.
Yes, yes. And you know, that comes easy to Ninon and I and you too as well, but not everybody can do that, right, Ninon? So let's encourage everybody to do that.
I don't know why, but we all people. I've never done this, so I'm very old, but I look very young because of what I have within my body, because how I present myself, how I think. I don't think bad. I think if I don't get on with somebody, that does not make that person a bad person. I just don't get on with them. They don't get on with me either, but they get on with somebody else. So, and I think if we start thinking a little bit like that and being a little bit more compatible, you don't have to be friends with them. You don't have to be anything with them, but at least just don't. Keep yourself happy.
Yes.
The other thing as well, I would say this, that a lot of people that don't have your enthusiasm and your passion and your drive and determination are inspired by you.
Yeah.
And so so when you do what you do, some people may not have the confidence, but they will look in you and they get that inspiration and that drive, and they say, you know what, that's really good, and I can relate to that. You know what I'm trying to say?
I know exactly what you're trying to say, and you know, and also AJ, but both of us, all I've ever done is try to help other people just to be happy and live, you know, every day. You've got to live every day, you know. It's my greatest thing right now is enjoy the journey to your destination of what you want. You're trying to achieve something, but don't forget to enjoy that journey getting there, because you could miss 2 or 3, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years of trying to get there, and you think, well, what happened to my life? So getting back to your music and getting back to what you do, how do you inspire and how do you get the feeling of writing or creating a new song?
You know what? I think it's all from above. It's all from above. You know, I sometimes get you know, ideas from dreams, and it's very, very strange. Like, I'll be sleeping and within the dream I'll go, oh my gosh, that's so amazing. I'll jump out of my bed and start recording,
or you'll come to me and
well, rather than jumping out of bed, I've got another idea for you. Why don't you have a pen and paper next to your bed and write it down? Then you don't have to get up.
You know what? It's the same with dancing. You know, there could be like a dance that I see in the dream. I say, oh my gosh, that's great. That's something I can incorporate with my brother, and he's open-minded. So you know, if I can present it to him, he enjoys it and it works, then we'll attempt to do it.
So
it's really crazy, and artists have to be unique in order to be different.
That's what I'm saying. Become 2 disc jockeys, but be together as brothers, and that would be the most incredible message out there. As brothers together would be wonderful. Now, when you, I think it's a great. Well, you don't have to do it, but I think it's a good idea. But when you two go into, he's laughing. I love it. When you two go into a meeting, I've noticed that you two, you're very, very good with each other. You say, why don't you talk, and why don't you talk, and this. So
How do you know that, Ninon? How do you know that they're good in a meeting?
That's true.
Do you know how I know they're good? Because I'm interviewing them and I'm watching what they do. That's how I know. So I'm from when you go into a meeting, and this is a message for both of you and also a message for our audience out there. When you two go into a meeting, because you're not going to go in singularly, because you are a pair, everything you do in the entertainment business is together. And I mean, you have your own private lives, I'm sure, as well. But when you go into a meeting, do you kind of sort of say, well, you talk first or you talk first? Do you have a sort of a pattern of what you do before you get in there? Or do you both just talk? It just happens.
It's very weird because sometimes we'll just talk in sync. And then other times, I just know that he's got the answer sometimes and I don't. And then I have the answers and sometimes he doesn't. So it's just a spiritual, Yeah.
It's just, it's very difficult to be with. I just started a new show and it's called Off the Cuff, and it's with this other girl, and it's really it's a funny show. I pick on her a lot, but we are in sync. There is never a dull moment because she says something, I follow up. And I say something, she follows up. And it looks like the two of you do the same sort of thing. You know what you're going to say. You know who's going to answer. Does that happen?
It does happen, and I'm going to say something that's going to be it may seem strange to you, but the answer that I have, he has. And so sometimes, even though, you can ask a question and we'll both give you the same answer, except it will either come from me or him.
Come from me.
But you both know it's the same answer.
Yes. We never come out of anything and say, oh, I should have said that, or we should have said it this way, it should have come that way. We just have that connection.
Do you know what that is called? Do you know what that is, what you have? You have confidence. When you walk into that room, you are confident as to who you are, not who they are. You are confident as to what you are, who you are, and what you do. And I think that's a message you're giving out there. Have that confidence. Now, when you perform, when you perform, is it kind of performing together? Do you perform all the time together, or do you perform separately as well? Do you perform together all the time? Can they hear me? Can you hear me?
AJ and TJ, are you there?
Oh, there you go. Oh, you're back again. We had a little mishap. That's okay. These things happen and we just keep going. Keep moving forward. Ooh, keep moving. I was saying, when you perform, do you perform exactly the same? Do you perform together? How do you perform?
Yes, it's in sync. What we will do, depending on the track, if it's a upbeat song, we will have a dance routine and we'll intertwine with each other. If it's a slow jam or something more soothing, Adrian will take the stand and I'll take a stand. It depends on the song and the message we're sending across.
But we're very meticulous, so we plan every show, because we would like to make sure that we give the best performance to the audience. So very meticulous.
Absolutely. And how many people are in your show? Because I see that you've got 4 girls here, but this is just a video, so they come in and they leave. When you do an actual show, how many do you have?
It really depends
on the video.
But something else as well. Each of those girls, everyone we work with are artists in their own right. Everyone. And what happens, especially within the industry, I don't think that the credit is kind of shown, because say, for example, I might be in someone's video and like a background dancer, but I'm just the dancer, so but no, every one of these girls, they're fantastic. They're artists in their own right. So when we do a song or a video, we'll introduce them. We'll introduce them.
You actually bring them in as being part of what you're all doing, so it becomes one.
And even in the videos, their names are mentioned as well. Down to as individuals, and if they choreograph, we always like to promote special.
Do you choreograph them? Do you do the choreographing for them?
The choreography
it depends. You do some of it, but we have a fantastic choreographer called Naz.
Yeah,
and she's been recently doing like a lot of the choreography in the videos, but we all chip in. We do all our own dance choreography anyway, but if there's a certain scene that we do, then we'll interact and do our own choreography. But in the 2 most recent videos, we've had a fantastic lady called Naz, and she's done the choreography.
Yeah.
Is this your video behind you? Is the video behind you your videos playing?
Oh, we've just got our music videos playing. This is wide open. Yeah.
I love it.
It's again, amazing. It's amazing. I think it's fantastic. It's fabulous.
Yeah, it keeps movement. I love the movement. Now, with any of these girls, do you ever produce any records for them, CDs for them?
But no, we don't do that. It really depends on the collaboration, because again, these artists, they're basically doing their thing. So we will and they're very busy. So we present them with the project, with the idea. If there's future work and there's something that we can do in the future, whether it's a song or something like that, then 100%. But yeah. Well,
I'm going to ask you both something you might not want to do, but I'm going to ask you anyway. Can I have a couple of lines of a cappella?
Anything like rapping, any spoken word, poetry, any kind of.
No, I just want them to sing. No poetry.
Anything you'd like to share.
And then no, I don't want to give them that. You know what? It's one of those things. We prefer to more or less rap now.
So go rapping then. Go rap. Do something rapping.
If you got a chief inspector to search the sector, he won't detect us. Fiends elect us and protect us. Haters await us to do us the favors. Like bees to nectar, we collect the sounds to boogie down before the moonlight fades. It's a must that we reign and we have a way. Unfailing. Watch his guys amaze.
I love that. One of the greatest things.
Fabulous. Thank you so much. I'm sorry to interrupt, Ninon. We have to start wrapping up your show.
Oh, I don't like that very much, but your rapping is amazing. I hate rapping shows because I'm having so much fun with both of you. You're both amazing. AJ, would you like to ask another question before we do wrap up?
I do. I just want to know, are you both single and looking for ladies out there for romance, or are you taken?
They don't know. They don't know what they are.
I can say that. I am in a relationship with music.
Oh.
Wonderful answer. Perfect answer, right, Ninon?
Perfect, absolutely perfect. Because you're in love with your business, you're in love with what you do, and there's plenty of time. How old are you both?
Over 21.
I like the answer too, because I'm also over 21.
So, AJ and DJ, you are breaking hearts all over the world tonight. I just want to let you know.
Really, they're having an absolute ball. I want to thank both of them. Absolutely amazing. And this is what comes out of England. And of course, I'm very proud of that because I'm English. And to know that we have beautiful music, which we always have and we always do, and it is still continues with people like this. I think you're absolutely amazing and wonderful. And thank you so much. Thank you for AJ for finding and producing this show. Absolutely wonderful. It is amazing. This show goes worldwide. It's also on Roku, so that's a good thing too. So we got our guys going around the world here, and anytime we can help you, we will help you. Thank you to my audience out there, and thank you everybody out there. You are all amazing, and you are the people that make Ninon Speaks what it is. Thank you. Take care. Thank you, AJ. Take care. Thank you, guys.